titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me. We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Oh, yes. Again, another Saturday with the Dr. Huge Show. I'm Dr. Huge, and this is the sleaze over here.
Over here.
Over here. Are you moving? Try moving.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We were doing so good before, talking and everything.
Oh, God. All right.
We get to showcase that shirt, though, at least.
Yeah, right?
It's a badass
right.
shirt.
I'll be back.
All right. I'll see you in a minute. Yep. Always with the technical difficulties right at the top as usual. The only way we're going to fix it is by getting subscribers and likes and shares of this show so that everybody in the world can see it. And then we can be super rich and famous. And then we'll get producers behind the scenes. And then boom, we'll be all set. Yep.
Yeah. We'll work out way better than this.
It's like a weekly bit that we got going.
Yeah, right. Hey, wouldn't be the show without it.
Not streaming 20 of PLEs today, Philly Sports Pride says, and I don't blame you. I'm not watching any of this shit. We were just trying to figure out, like, where this stuff is. So I bet you have a better handle on it than I do. I even asked AI multiple times the past few months, and you know what we heard at the beginning. Everybody calm down. You're going to get it for free. Everybody's going to get it. And it's like, are we though? And then they jumped the date on us. So now they gave us a PLE in the middle of like September instead of after the new year, which we all expected. So what have you heard, Sleaze?
Well, what I found out is I got the bundle with Disney, Hulu, and ESPN. So if you go within the Disney app and go to the ESPN section after you do that, you can get the pay-per-view. So it was a lot of confusing stuff. I was listening to a podcast that was saying what they were saying in the beginning. It was going to be a separate app. It was going to be called ESPN Plus or Limited or whatever the fuck it was going to be. But when you go and search that, it just brings you back to the original ESPN app. So, and the cable thing, we were talking about this before the show because the doctor has cable with ESPN, but he's not seeing anything. So I'm confused as to what the fuck, if you have, cable still, how are you getting this? If anybody in the chat knows, let us know, because they were very unclear with it. But that's what I found in my personal experience. If you have the bundle with Hulu, Disney, and ESPN, you can watch it today. I checked some of the stuff that's going on. They have a lot of pre-show stuff going on and shit. I can see all that. So,
aren't we supposed to get rid of Disney now because of Jimmy Kimmel? Isn't that what's happening, right?
Yeah. It's not the fact that his show has been tanking for years, and the ratings are horrible, and they just look for any excuse to cancel them.
I haven't heard anybody blame the FCC since the Howard Stern days, since he was relevant, like the mid 2000s. That's the whole reason he ended up on Sirius, because he was talking crazy on regular radio. He just was, even back then. I wasn't thinking this because I was younger and I was stupid, but I'm like, he was saying wild shit, that you probably shouldn't be saying on public airwaves that anybody could be listening to in the morning or the afternoon, whatever. And so he ends up on Sirius, one of the greatest times, I think, in radio history. And then, hold on, we got to block bots, blocking all the bots.
Oh, Jesus.
But what was my point? What was my fucking point? But yeah, basically, right now, with all the shows, the Doctor Huge show and everything going right now, why would anybody stay up late and watch any of this stuff on TV? The point is not even like the FCC beef, which they blamed on the Republicans and the conservatives back then too. It was always like all the Bush and all these Christians want to get rid of anything fun, right? That we got going on over here. And it's like it really ain't about that, especially now. If you're losing like $50 million a year for your network, or they said like almost like quarterly or seasonally or whatever, to put on these stupid shows that nobody even watches anyway. That's why they got rid of it. It's not because they just wanted an excuse. That's what I think. Now they go, oh, no, it's because, the conservatives and stuff. They just, please.
If you look at the ratings from Jimmy Kimmel in the last year or so, he was only pulling in 100,000 people. So that's horrendous ratings. So beyond anything that he said, it was more so that the company was sick of, like you said, just throwing this money out the window. This was just an excuse for him to be gone. He is painfully unfunny. And what made it worse over the years is not only are you painfully unfunny, but now you're starting to throw out all this garbage out of your mouth, all this political crap. So it's like it was a perfect storm of him getting canceled.
Sure was. Mac Diesel, I was with you. I had me and a bunch of my buddies, we all had the Sirius boom boxes and all that stuff. Yep. Imagine that. The old days. Yeah. And I'm going back to physical media, not satellite stuff, but the satellite business doesn't make sense to me, Slee. Still doesn't. You mean to tell me that they shot a radio satellite like this up there and it just works this whole time, no problem?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a billion satellites up there for everything that we do.
That's weird. So and then they all just work forever too.
Yeah.
No
apparently.
maintenance needed. Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how that works out, but
until they crash in the ocean or in Kansas.
And then, before we get off the satellite deal here for a minute, I know everybody loves the satellite bits, but remember that Chinese spy balloon that was flying over really, really, really high?
Yeah.
That was a balloon and it looked like a satellite.
Yeah.
So I wonder. Maybe
who knows what the fuck is up there? A lot of shit flying around.
Anyway, more on that later. There is a lot of wrestling talk, even though, I've been kind of done with wrestling for a while now. Got WrestlePalooza today. We got All Out today at the same fucking time. This is so stupid.
Well, All Out got pushed up, so it's going on right now. But those shows are fucking 9 hours long with 35 matches. So it's probably going to get done at the same time as... I'm not saying the name of WWE's pay-per-view. I think it's stupid. Even CM Punk came out and said, I've tried not to say it. Their premium live event today. I'm not saying it.
Yeah, I saw that story too. It's a stupid name. It's clearly biting off another brand. And again, I think all of this seems really too fast. Like even the name and how they're pushing this is like, oh, this is like WrestleMania light. You better watch this one. Everybody's going to have to see this. No, I don't. Not for $30 or whatever and getting me into a whole nother streaming deal. No more streaming. I'm streaming less. How about that?
Yeah. The only thing that made me say to myself that I'm not going to do it is I already had Hulu and Disney. You know what I mean? So you're paying $12 a piece or $10 or whatever. So to add just a third one for $10, to me wasn't a huge deal. But I could see a lot of people, a lot of people are saying, I'm not a sports person. I'm just into wrestling. So I'm not going to pay, $10, $12, $15 for ESPN for one thing. I don't watch any of the other shit. And I'm wondering if that's going to hurt them. The bundle thing is all right, I guess, because you get the Hulu and you get the Disney. If you're using those already and you have things to watch on, might as well add ESPN for wrestling, even though you're not going to watch Sports Center and their football and baseball coverage and all that stuff. it's a tricky thing. I'd like to see after this how basically it's the people that actually signed up for it just for the wrestling, because it's not really an enticing thing for people that aren't big sports people, you know?
I signed up for Peacock for wrestling. I signed up for Netflix for wrestling. If I ever get any of these other streaming apps, it's generally because I want to see a movie or two. And I'm like, screw it. I'll get to see this movie I've been wanting to see, or this TV series. I'll fit it in within a month or whatever, or 2 months, and then I get rid of it. Because I'm like, all this other stuff, I don't need it. I was gonna do this for just to watch Daredevil. I haven't watched the new Daredevil yet, but I'm like, I'm just waiting for a reason to really get Disney Plus, and then when I get time, I'll watch it all, binge it, or take it in however I want, and then I get rid of it. And I understand that's how a lot of, like, I'm guessing older people probably do this.
Yeah, they do.
You know,
because like that's a big problem they're having, is they're not keeping their subscribers, because a lot of people do that. And I was doing that with Disney for a while, because when they were putting out just piss poor, Star Wars stuff and Marvel shit, there was no reason for me to get Disney. I'm not getting it to watch Snow White or anything like that. So I did the same thing. If a good series came on, I would do it. I'd binge watch and I'd get rid of it.
Because it seems like, and it probably is going to go this way, the best way to do this would be give us $150 a year, and you got it. You got it for the year, because then at least it's like, all right, I got to wait at least for Daredevil and for this and for that, and then I'll get it. And then I'll just get it for a year, and they could get me all at once. But no. Right now, I'm going to be a cheapskate with all this stuff, because I see these other people. I have nephews and stuff. They got like 60 subscriptions. And they don't even watch most of it. So they're throwing money out the window. Screw Disney, screw all these people until they pay me, right? But right now, we can say whatever we want because they're not paying us a damn thing. So why would I
not a damn thing?
This Palooza and no, I'm not paying more. Again, I'm already paying $20 a month plus just for wrestling content that I should be getting for free. Well, not the PLEs. I don't mind paying for the PLEs in a subscription base, like $10 a month. That's perfect. That makes all the sense in the world to do that. Like back in the day when they first started, that was a great idea. That got me back into wrestling, because I'm like, I can get all the old content, even if the new stuff stinks, and I get the pay-per-views. It's a great deal, and it blew up the WWE into what it is now, or what it could be once you got like Vince out of the way, Well,
what's starting to happen too is a lot of them are starting to consolidate, and by that I mean, bigger streaming platforms are buying the smaller ones. Like, for instance, the WB and HBO Max is now for sale, and the two big stories this week is that Paramount wants to put a bid in, so that can consolidate that streaming. Or the new thing is that Netflix wants to buy the WB and HBO Max, which is funny because WWE has Raw on there and AEW's on Max. So I think in the next 10 years or so, we're going to see less of these streaming services, because the juggernauts like Netflix, Paramount, they're going to start buying up these smaller ones. So maybe in the future, there's going to be one bill, two bills, maybe not. I was counting. I have 6 different subscriptions, to things. It's fucking insane. It's like a cable bill now.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Danny?
Good evening. Apologies for the lateness, getting the little one to bed. I walloped my head at the office yesterday, sorry, and I've had a headache for 24 hours.
Oh, damn. You really concussed yourself?
Maybe. It's a low beam. It's got warning tape on it. I should have known, but I was rushing, and I just turned around after grabbing some tissue to blow my nose, and then just whack. And I just, So if you see me like this falling asleep, just draw a penis on my face or something.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Paladin says, Alien Earth stinks. Yeah, I seen Alien Earth recently. I heard about it. I think it was in between, there was a football game or something I was watching on TV. and I checked it. It was like episode 6 or something. The one where the flies are in it, and these alien flies come out and basically grape this guy's face, and I'm just like, why every time that's what all of these aliens are just doing? They're impregnating our faces. Like, it's like, come on, like every time. Gross.
It's the alien stuff to me has been done. You know what I mean? Like, why are we continuing this?
It looked cool. I thought.
It looks great.
Was awesome looking. It looked like an alien movie.
Yeah.
But then I'm trying to like catch up with the storyline, and I'm like, everybody's acting like kids. So I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, so they put a bunch of 12-year-olds in adult bodies or something. Yeah. I'm not going to give away the plot because I don't even know it. But I just know that these are like cyborg bodies, but with little kid consciousnesses in them. And I'm already like, that's weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. I think I watched the first 4 episodes and I was like, this is a lot.
Was there
an
any
alien
action?
movie? Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. And it looks great, like you said. It's just, it's been done. How much more can you add to this story?
Sometimes if something looks good to me, I can ignore the how stupid the plot and the story and everything is. It's just like a lot of comic books. If the art's really good in it, I'll kind of just look at that and I'll just be like, whatever these bubbles are I'm seeing, I'm just gonna whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk about more things that suck. Another thing that sucks is SmackDown on Peacock, and they only show episodes that are at least a month old.
Yeah, that's
the
annoying.
Network was the same. You paid for the network before, and that was, you had to wait a month because they'd rather just haul themselves out to a TV network, than promote their own, or put some faith in their own thing. Which, that's a shame because I liked the network when it was really good.
Yeah.
Yep. We miss the network now. It's just the way that WWE went about this Palooza deal, where they jumped the gun and they're like, no, we got another PLE. We just had one like a week or 2 ago. Clash of Paris was right. I've had enough of this. You're doing too much. Yeah. Like quite literally, and in the phrase that the kids use, you're doing too much. Stop it.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot. Like you said, we just got off of the Clash in Paris, and they threw this one together. I don't know why they rushed it. They already got the money from ESPN. Like, I don't get it.
AJ Lee, we're going to be all hyped for this. Brock Lesnar coming back, which is exciting a little bit. But you see how, like, he just comes back for, like, nothing. There's really no reason. Like, he came back against Cody the last time, and it was just like, does anybody even really remember that? And that was very recent, because it was like, well, what's the reason? And then
if it wasn't there, though, would you remember anything at all from the thing?
Not.
The only thing you remember from that pay-per-view is that Brock was there, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. And this time around, like, I'm watching SmackDown last night, Brock Lesnar's screaming and F5ing Corey Graves a couple times. You guys, all his ass in the air. Probably the only it was a good show. This is the thing that sucks about this. So generally, back in the day, if I seen a SmackDown like that last night, say in 2018, I would have been like, this is one of their best SmackDowns of the year.
Yeah.
Fucking, like, it was like you had Carmelo Hayes and you had everything made sense. The matches were good, all this stuff, right? But because I know we got like 30 hours of wrestling today. We got like 1 million more for the coming week. It's almost like it doesn't even matter. It's crazy that you could now, when they make good stuff, it doesn't even matter because there's too much of it.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks.
And Paladin says no hype for the Brock Lesnar thing. Like, it made no sense with the writing. Like, and this is where, we go back to it was rushed and all this stuff. So Brock Lesnar comes back F5. Next week, Brock Lesnar F5. So on the same show that Cena did a promo, Lesnar goes after the commentary team, right? Wouldn't it make sense for like John Cena come out and make the save? Or any shit like that, or a face-to-face with them? Like, it didn't make sense at all. You got both guys on the show. They don't interact to build up this PLE that's today, over the course of the last like 2 or 3 weeks. It's lackluster, like all these things.
It is so cookie cutter now. It's just they're doing the same shit over and over and over again. I know what that was last night. That was them going, look, Brock's really mad. Look at how intense he is. He's beating up the announcers. He's doing things you shouldn't be doing. And why? So we get excited about him taking on John Cena, who's old. We already know he's old, bro. He's in his retirement party. This is it. 5 dates left or whatever he's got. And now he's going to take on Brock Lesnar. And you know what? Brock Lesnar should beat him. He should beat the.
He should.
Good guy John Cena needs to lose. Maybe imagine this: he loses all these matches except his last one, and I would be fine with that.
Yeah,
it'd be like I won my last match. I'm going out on top because I usually have him losing, going out. Obviously, for obvious reasons that we all know. If you've been watching wrestling for more than like a month, you can kind of figure out what their game plan is. But yep, Sleaze always nails it.
Hey, I do.
Yep.
Professional analyst.
Expert journalists over
Damn
here.
right.
These other guys are journalists. They got people going to ask questions at these press conferences. We're that too. Send us the invites, Triple H.
If you saw the rest of my elaborate studio here, I have cork boards that are pointing to different things.
Mm-hmm.
I have schematics. I have beakers.
All kinds of chemicals and things, gas masks.
Yes.
When he's cooking crack. Here's a quick story. I have a friend that was an art guy, made all kinds of art things, and would make what was he making? What's that weird drink that like Edgar Allan Poe used to drink?
Oh God.
It comes in that weird green bottle.
Yeah.
Absinthe?
Absinthe, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was making it, right? And he was had gas masks on for the spray painting art that he would do. So in between stuff, he had chemicals and all the piping to make the drinks and distill it and stuff. And then he's got the gas mask on and everything. This girl comes in, walks into his place, and she just goes, "Oh my God!" She thought he was cooking drugs. And it was hilarious. Like she saw him with the gas mask and all the, this is before
meth.
Breaking Bad too. Yeah. She knew though. She was like, "What is this?" He's like, No. It's just a mixture of things.
Or maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe he just worked her, and that's his little secret.
And who cares about scene? You're not in C Nation?
What?
Oh my God, Philly Sports Pride.
Wow.
You better recognize, bro.
I love you.
What? There he is.
John Cena recognized.
Yeah, I'm low energy today, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
You need the sad John Cena tune. That sad slowed down version. That
That should be our intro music today.
That would be good.
They'd kick us off the internet. What else is happening out here? So, yeah, WWE selling out. Let's look at a video. I can take a nap for a second.
Oh, God.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Here's Ricardo Flair. He's about to always at a bar. I'm not just saying, I'm saying it because it's funny and it's true. Every time I see this guy these days, 100 years old at the bar, no shoes on. Well, let's watch this. What is he about to do here?
If I fall down, you go fucking Rick and get up.
Oh, God.
All right.
He's planking.
Yeah.
They're timing it.
Oh, boy.
And he's still down there. They're on the ground planking in the middle of the...
He's so drunk he can't feel it. I can plank for 4 hours if I'm hammered.
That's what we're listening to, everybody, in the podcast forum. He's still laying there.
Jesus.
Is this just a fucking promo for DDP Yoga? Is Diamond Dallas Page just going to appear at some point now and just plug his fucking website?
Wow.
Charlotte was so embarrassed by this. She even wrote a tweet. She quote tweeted it. And she's like, come on, Dad. Like, just go to a gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still on the ground, guys. He's planking. He's showing off here. He's in beast mode, as he said.
He's starting to look like an 89-year-old grandmother. Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
And then the applause. Yes. Good job, Rick. You still got it, bro. You still got it.
That last 20 seconds was just his erection as well. And that was just the last thing that just gave. Because he started up with his ass right up in the air, almost like a downward dog plank. And then by the end of it, he was just on his tip end. And then just.
Imagine if they go over and tap at him. And they're like, all right, Rick. And he just doesn't move because he died. That's why he could do it so long. The rigor mortis. Get it? Oh, man.
He is either going to die in the ring or in a bar. Like, it's not going to be a hospital. It's not going to be at home.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
At least it's going to be, I think it's a bar. I mean, come on. He's going to be planking like one of these days just like this. And again, I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to go out partying.
These videos aren't just like of Ric Flair being somewhere that has a bar, for instance, like a restaurant or a cinema or something like that. It's always at the fucking bar.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just, yeah. He'll just go anywhere, like I said, with a bar, and just that's it. It's just straight there, and that's it. That's all he cares about.
Jesus.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, she's hungry.
It's mommy, everybody. Yep, she's looking pretty. As usual, everybody thinks she's the hottest thing ever, right? Like Drake and all them. Oh, she's my, what do you call my muse?
Well, Drake is a fucking pedophile, so I mean,
whoa!
Supposedly.
YouTube TOS!
So he's into some weird shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow. I mean, I think I heard that in this black kid drove by in a really loud car, and I heard something about it, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
he did what now?
A minor.
I didn't get it. I thought he was talking musically.
Yes, me too.
Mm-hmm. Because we're old, get it?
So
these Drake people, they can't stand when you talk about him poorly, but we're gonna do it.
Oh, talented though, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. You know what? I don't even have this in my notes at all. Let's just fucking shit on Drake for a minute because I don't get
absolutely.
I get that I'm older and whatever, but Drake was a Nickelodeon kid, right? He was a child actor. Since when, Sleaze, have we ever known in our hip hop that child actors become the best at rapping?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Nickelodeon. That'll prepare you for gangster rap. The mean streets of Nickelodeon.
You see these pictures of him. He's got like all these guns lined out in front of him in some of these like album shoots. I'm just like, isn't this the kid in the wheelchair in Nickelodeon?
He's also from Canada. How gangster are you if you come from like Toronto, Canada?
They got some gangster parts in there. I mean,
oh God.
But everybody's got bad places around, around their countries. But the only reason he's involved with that is because they're probably footing the bill with a lot of this stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't know the name of his shitty song, but it's the official song of the event tonight. I don't know if you knew that. So, yeah.
So, Drake stinks and
heavily
loves Rhea Ripley, of course. Who doesn't? Except like me, really. I'm not like looking up. There's too many tattoos, too many nose rings.
She just got more too. She put it on Twitter. She just got more.
Like if you're into that, cool. But I mean, this ain't like attractive to me. Like all the aggressiveness and the manliness of it.
Yeah, very manly. She got man hips. Mm-hmm. Like people are always like, "Oh, look at her ass." That's like looking at a dude's butt. So you got a problem.
Mm-hmm. I like girls with bugs on their faces and they don't even care.
Yeah.
Like Asuka.
That makes you tough. You got a centipede on your face.
I'll take the 3 Japanese ladies over Rhea Ripley any day.
Oh, yeah.
All at once, though. No, you know.
Yup.
So there you have it.
It's a weird kink with you people.
Well, I get like, you know, there are some. I don't want to. Let me say. Let me find the right words.
Mummy issues. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind like a fit lady. I mean, you don't want like you don't want Arnold Schwarzenegger types. Some guys do, but again, it's like that She-Hulk thing, and I think they even made a joke about it. You know, the guy getting carried around by She-Hulk and stuff. Like, but then imagine like She-Hulk, and then you got like all tatted up.
No.
All the piercings and things. It's just very, very aggressive for a dude like myself that likes, you know,
Girls?
males, and you know, I like a girl being a girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I offer a counterpoint to that?
Sure.
It's not aggression. It's insecurity in a way. Having oneself in lots of tattoos. Not in every case, obviously, but in a lot of cases. If you know a lass that's absolutely covered in them, there's a good chance she's trying to hide. She doesn't like how she looks, or she just doesn't like the attention she's gotten at some point. It can often be explained in that way. So
He's saying it's not me.
I'm not saying it definitely is the case with this, but sometimes it is. And when you meet someone like that and you know, it just goes, there you go. But she's found some really good way to just like express herself in pro wrestling and just find an outlet for it and just not let it bother her, or just make it her own personality in wrestling. But yeah, I don't mind a couple of tattoos, just if we're talking what men like about women. But yeah, that's too many for my taste. But some people just like it.
She does have all those insecurities and all that stuff. If you watch Unreal or any kind of behind the scenes stuff with her, she's massively insecure.
Right.
She has panic attacks, all that stuff. So I think in this case,
Rhea, come on, anytime.
Yeah, but I think in this case, it's all true. This is something that's deep in her skull.
My thing is, I just, you know, when you having the nookie, as Fred Durst used to say with the ladies, I don't want to look at demon heads, and I don't want to look at like your family members and whatever the fuck else you think you like and are into and all. Like, I just don't want to see it. So that's just how I like it. Everybody, shout out HVAC North, famous chatter out here, one of the best in the world. Let's give you a best in the world, HVAC. I see you out here. I've gotten many the gifted memberships from HVAC.
The best in the world.
That's Rhea saying this.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, very low energy show today, guys. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to pick it. It's all on you. You're gonna have to carry me today. Like, you know, we're going to a football game or something. I'm like, you know, got the flu, and you know, I'm still gonna pull through like Kobe and Jordan in the flu games. Still gonna be hilarious. I might throw up on the mic just for a goof.
I might punch myself off this chair.
Who knows? Maybe I'll have a brain aneurysm and die live on the stream. That would be great in a boxing ring.
Yeah,
it'd be hilarious.
Then we'll finally get those live viewers.
Yep. I'm telling you, I always feel this. I hope this isn't true. I'll blow up as soon as I'm gone. You know what I mean? Like, everybody will be listening to my music. Everybody will be watching all the old shows. It'll be all a great time. But right now, I won't get any of it for whatever reason. You know, let's blame God again.
God.
Oh, sorry. I won't blame you. Not this time. I get it. It's my fault. Yep. It's always my fault. So anyway, I don't know. We got All Out today. We got this Tony Storm out here. I'm trying to get into it because, you know, I don't want to watch WWE so much anymore because I know before what they're doing. I know what they're doing with all the stories and all the stuff. and they're just going to try to take all our money. So I'm like, hey, every once in a while I watch AEW, and it doesn't like disappoint me. It just makes me go, this ain't for me either.
Yeah.
How is this not for me? So you're going to give this to the kids. I get it. You're going to give it to all the normies and the casual fans. Okay. I'm going to go to the hardcore fan stuff. And then Tony Storm comes out there and like, I like larger than life, over the top, silly stuff, but that's the type of shit like WWE would be doing on like the low card, like Otis and the Alphas, the Alpha Babes and stuff. Like Tony Storm's like would be hanging out with them. That's how it sits with me. But she's so big over there. Then they got their other big chicks like the Statlander and the 70s girl, and they're all cutting promos while Tony Storm's holding the mic. And I'm like, this is the shits.
It's the shits.
I don't know, something about it. It just, what is it? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, as far as
I forced myself to watch Dynamite from last week, and it's so indie. You know what I mean? You can have all the video packages and you can have all this, but when it comes down to it, and these people come out and do their promos and they're wrestling, which is funny because they say this is where real wrestling is. They have so many botches. It's you could tell it's not planned. It's not like ECW was 25 years ago. The Attitude Era is 25 years ago. If you watch the stuff now, it's dated. It's very dated. And I loved all that stuff back then, but we've been there, done that. Where they're stapling Tony Storm's tits this week, and like what are we doing?
staple my tits.
Blasphemy against breasts. That's no good.
Yeah.
No, I've not watched that shit for a long time now, and it hasn't changed by the sound of it. She just started doing the black and white gimmick, but instead of sort of like taking a time to like slowly drip feed a character's development over like the space of a year or something, she just went, here's all of it in like 2 months. Yeah. And it was just like, what is this? It just shows how amateur you are and how much, like pretty much everybody needs somebody working there to go, stop a second, let's just try and like redefine this, or just tweak a few things with it. But no one's there doing that, and everyone's just given free reign to just blurt everything all the time.
Staple my labias.
Well, there was a statement that Tony Khan put out too, and he said, we're pricing out our tickets to the families. So somebody responded to that and said, you want your families there, but you have blood pouring out and people are saying the F word and all this stuff. So then, of course, the idiot Ricochet comes out and says, well, you guys loved it during the Attitude Era in ECW. But that goes back to what I just said. Yeah, we did like it when that was the thing. There was a lot of stuff in pulp culture at the time that was over the top, the Howard Sterns, the Jerry Springers, and it was part of the time. It's not part of the time now.
Yeah,
Tips.
I mean, we all love the breasts and the booties and all this stuff, but yeah, do you really want your kid going to AEW and having their top gal come out and go, cream pies?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or like, would you let him watch this? Well, you should, but in context that, of course, an adult watching with him and going, this, that's what he's talking about, and don't say this around anybody else. Something like that. But, you don't bring him to an event where a lady like that is talking about getting spackled and, her teeth are melting because she's got, so much stuff going on in her mouth and everything. So.
But it goes back to, the whole thing with that whole interaction in comments and all that stuff, where it's as an outside fan, right? That's not into it like we are or something like that. If you come across AEW, you're like, okay, so this is for, this is for adults, first off. And then if you know anything about wrestling, you know that this isn't produced correctly. And it's so chaotic that the owner comes out and says, yes, we're pricing out for families. He can't even control his talent to say, don't comment on my shit when I'm trying to promote this. And you're like fighting with fucking people and saying like, blah, 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 this bald-headed idiot Ricochet. Everything about it is a clown show. It's a fucking bad circus. It's a bunch of carnies, you know?
I reply guide to him the other day. I seen that tweet. And, you know, I don't know. I do remember seeing little kids with the foam fingers, the little middle fingers of Steve Austin and stuff, and thinking like that was pretty hilarious even back then. I'm like, you know, it's a little over the top. But, yeah. Have you seen some of these AEW fans, everybody?
Oh,
Just
God.
saying, you know, I'm not like, just in general talking, they look like they need their PCs checked. Okay?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them compared to children. WWE, they got the kids, bro. You're not, that's not your audience. If anything, a lot of these people might grow up and then turn into AEW fans. And then maybe you can get them in there with the hardcore stuff as they're like getting into teenage years or whatnot. But yeah, as far as bring your kids to John Moxley and Moxley the 13th. What?
Yeah.
That's rated R, bro. You can't do that. Well, I guess you could, you know, but it's not against the law or anything. Like, I grew up on many of the horror movie. Where are you, Moxley the 13th? I want the video. Here he is. Straight too violent.
Yeah. I'm bringing my kid. I'm bringing my 8-year-old kid to see that. That's what I'm doing.
That's because it's against. Sorry, go on.
No. I was going to say because the price is for families.
I was going to say it'll be all right if it's not against Hangman Page. That's the only problem with that sort of like clip. If it was, I'm sure your kids would be fine if you went and watched Moxley against Kenny Omega. It'd be absolutely fine. So, just as long as it's not Hangman Page involved, that's the problem.
Yeah. Or Cope, because he hits people with spiked bats. You know, you can't have that.
No, this is the man of the people. This is what all the kids, the guy the kids all look up to right here. Right, Cody?
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. His podcast so boring. Hundreds of thousands of views. We need to catch up to him, everybody. I need subscribers. I need likes. I wish I didn't need these things, but if I don't get them, my kids will starve. And
I did a little experiment this week where I took clips from like Undertaker, Stephanie, Cody, all these people that are, you know, listed as WWE podcasts. All the hosts are they're there for the guests to talk about them. And so Bruce Pritchard was on Cody Rhodes' show, and everything was about like interactions between them. And this is how you did this for me, Bruce, and all that. And I'm just like, can't do it. I can't fucking do it. Undertaker is, well, back in my day, but I know everything about wrestling. It's not about the guests at all. Like it's terrible. If you want some kind of information about their guests, you're not going to get it unless it has to do with the host. Ugh.
You get the Steph show. They get the Logan Paul show.
Surprisingly, Stephanie's is less self-serving than the rest, but all the other ones are like, oh, it's all about me.
I'm just imagining the Drew Barrymore show where it's just bring on a guest and then it's just like, oh, you're in a film. I was in a film.
Yes,
not myself.
That's exactly what it is.
Crazy way, yeah. Well, I didn't. Yeah, that's shit. If it's not really about the guests, but that's what you're meant to do. Interview them.
Yeah.
These stupid ass shows, just taking up all my airtime and airwaves that should be the Dr. Huge shows. Everybody. That get all these people. There's so many podcasters. There's so many wrestlers. There's so many like of all these people that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Stand-up comedians come to mind as well. What the fuck are you guys doing? You guys are like in your 50s and 60s and you still stink and you're still doing it? The fuck out of here. You're wasting everybody's time. You're taking up too much space over here, all right? This goes out to, if the shoe fits, if you feel like it does, if it feels like I'm talking to you, then I'm probably talking to you. Yeah. I'm not talking to myself. I'm great. We're doing wonderful. Killing it right now in the numbers. Just lately, finally, I was begging to get to 200. Now we're at 230 something. Flying. Yep. In the meantime, I'm watching other guys like that one guy we were goofing on. Remember a month or so ago, who was like shitting on me online.
Oh God, yeah.
That guy that with the herpes on his lip, shitting on me. He's got thousands of subscribers, but then I looked at his thing, and he did have like 85,000 videos or something, which is insane, bro. Nobody watches your shit. What are you gonna do? 100,000 videos? By the time you figure out nobody cares, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
People, I'm sick of this.
If I was to, let's say like we never started this and I just said to myself, I'm going to do a podcast, right? So if I'm getting all these negative things saying it's really not that good or numbers are bad, I'm just going to quit. These fuckers will not quit. They'll put out some dog shit like 4 or 5 times a week and barely get numbers, and people are like, you suck. And they're like, no, it's self-serving. It's this fucking culture where it's like, I don't care. It's about me. Like nobody else matters. Nothing else matters. It's about me. You know, it's gross.
I see, Danny, we're not like being jelly or bitching or anything. It's obnoxious to us because it's not like we're being haters. You know, those haters that don't do shit and they're like, I could do that. If I did that, like, had the time to do that, or had, you know, I remember people would tell me this in basketball too. If I played as much basketball as you did, I'd be better than you. How the fuck would you know? You're trash because you've never played it. You know what I mean? Like, so how does it? That's like so childlike,
right?
People again, like,
I could be a better president. Really? Then why aren't you?
I'm saying it and I'm doing it.
Right.
And that's the thing. That's why this needs to happen faster, everybody. That's why I'm trying to get OnlyFans chicks on and stuff like this. Not because I'm like big into OnlyFans or anything. I don't have an account over there or anything. But I understand. What's going on, all right? So if that's what I need, if I need to do the Howard Stern gimmick or whatever and bring on some chicks and get more eyes, and then they go, this is pretty cool. They'll like me. They'll like Sleaze. They'll like Danny. They'll like somebody, right? They'll most likely like the boobs. And that's how we do it. So
mostly they're going to like Danny because everybody loves Danny.
That's right.
Me and you.
Yeah. They're like, can you talk a little less on your show? I need to hear Danny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'll have to forgive me because I banged my head at work. I think it was yesterday, and I've had a headache ever since. And
look, he's going to keep telling us this story. He doesn't remember.
I think that's the only side effect of the bump. But yeah, we'll see. If I fall asleep like this, just draw a penis on me or something. That's fine. It's my own fault.
Mm-hmm. Next is going to be, sorry guys, I was late. You know, I just no, but it's true. Every time, like my girl and my mom especially. If they hear clips or they're watching, they're like, God, I love that Danny. I love that Danny so much.
Yeah.
But fuck us, you know.
Right. Fuck us.
They're just used to it. They're used to hearing your voice. I'm a bit different.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. It's sort of making me feel better, Danny.
I'm 10 a penny over here. We all sound similar.
All right, what are we going to talk about next? Did we mention Andrade? I feel like I did. Was I dreaming?
Do you hit your head too?
It feels like I did.
Jesus.
Maybe I did last night. Like Bad Santa, you know? After he downed that bottle and went,
Matter of fact, and I haven't said this, I work on submarines. I'm a welder. And I smacked my head too. So you're listening to 3 concussed people right now.
It's like the episode of South Park with the old people. It's like this episode of South Park with the old people trying to get the driving licenses back. And they've all got dementia. Well, enough of them have dementia that they go around in a circle of like why they're there, and yeah.
This is like a.
Oh, go ahead.
This is like a future episode where we're all like 75, 80 years old. This is how it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've gotten my bell rung a few times. One, when I was a kid, I slipped on ice and just went right in the back of my head. And I remember seeing stars. Another time playing football. For whatever reason, the coaches got us doing, drills. And they put me up against an offensive lineman, and I was a running back.
Jesus.
And and I'm like, well, of course, you're not going to go, nope, I'm not going to do this. So you do the tackling drill. He fucking nails me right in the helmet, stars again. It's probably why I act like this. It's probably why I got all these great figures and things behind me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, we are who we are.
Anyway. So, yep, Andrade gone from the WWE. Heard he had to be escorted out. You know, he's had problems in the past with AEW slapping Sammy Guevara around, and he had a whole tag team deal going with Phoenix that got all blown up. So they're kind of, I wouldn't say in a panic or anything. There's so many wrestlers, it almost doesn't matter. But it kind of screwed up some plans, I believe. So he was. It looks like he was shooting his way out of town, and then all of a sudden he's like, kind of like, okay, we're cool, WWE. I don't even know the whole story because I don't really give a fuck anymore. But
there was a report too that since he's been back, it was the second time he failed the wellness policy too. So that's a part of it. They didn't say what kind of substance or anything like that, but yeah, he's a problem. He's always been a problem. So
it's got to be the gas.
It's something. Him and Del Rio, they just can't control themselves.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And people wanted Del Rio back too.
Oh God.
No.
No. You guys wouldn't want to see that? I would love it just for the news of it and everything. You know there'd be some fallout.
Oh yeah. He can't control himself. He'd be slapping people in the back and where's Paige?
That's right, Del Rio. What do you want to say to Triple H?
A big nose with a small dick.
There he is. Big nose, small dick.
Yeah. What was his announcer called? Was it Ricardo Rodriguez? What was his his announcer was a really cool thing where his own personal announcer come out.
Yeah, that was
Ricardo Rodriguez or something like that.
Yeah.
That was a good angle. Wrestle, so
no. He's still around on the indies.
I remember years ago seeing a Alberto Del Rio tweet. He was in some like low budget action movie and he's holding the gun. He's all dressed up like a soldier or whatever. And he's holding the gun and he's got his finger on the trigger. And this guy in the comments just goes, hey, you know, real soldiers don't put their finger on the trigger. You got to keep that finger straight, buddy, or whatever. And he's just like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Like attacked him. It was so funny to me because and I look at the picture again. Of course, he's got it curled. It's like you're gonna shoot somebody with that fit. Who knows? You could Alec Baldwin somebody, you know?
Oh God.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Man, again, if that was me. And I had that role in a movie and I'm doing all this and I'm playing around with a gun, I'd still be in jail right now for the rest of my life, probably, but not Alec Baldwin. Different rules around here for everybody. I like it.
Makes you think.
Here's some news for you. HBK. So first I hear Kurt Angle's going to get his shoulders replaced. He's got to get his fucking shoulders replaced? That's crazy.
Holy shit.
And then I hear now Shawn Michaels is going to get both his knees replaced.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been seeing him walk around lately? It looks like he's about to crap his pants. And he looks bad from the waist down. He's all crippled.
Shawn.
It's the shits.
Is it? So poor Shawn Michaels, poor Kurt Angle, even more. I would rather have knee surgery than fucking shoulder surgery. That's crazy.
Double shoulders. Wow.
What else we got here? What other news do we have here? Oh, here's some. I'm keeping with the Flair theme of today. So Charlotte, as Philly Sports Pride says, fucked up on Andrade. Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe she did. But she also is on a podcast and mentioned that she wants to have a baby. And I'm like, aren't you 40?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that too. She's 40. It's kind of tough.
I would think that'd be tough. So again, now, Sleaze, again, we're talking about cream pies.
Oh. Yeah.
Why are all these female wrestlers lately talking about this? It's all they want lately.
They want the dump truck to just back up and just dump them loads at 40.
Man. Yep. Ric Flair can be a A grandpa again, possibly. So I don't know. I think I got.
He won't even know at this point. He's busy in the bar doing planks.
Yeah.
You know.
What the fuck?
Well, just not to sound like a meanie, but you can tell her last she can be Ally McBeal all she wants and be an independent woman forever. But nature's nature, and you're going to see other people around you. And, you know, I became a dad later in life. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm turning this into me being a dad thing. But, you know, you can look back and see and be like, yeah, that would have been a nice time to have, you know, one then. And it's just the way people are. And you can have a really successful career like she's had, but if she starts getting that, oh, look at that baby, then she's gonna struggle to get that out of her head if her brain's already started to do that.
Many of them, they want it all these days. They want the baby, they want the career, they want to come back like she was talking about. I want to be like Trish Stratus and come back whenever I want, and you know, type deal. It's just like that's not how like most stuff works. That's not how life works.
Well, she's trying to dictate her own future, I guess. So good for her.
And some sad news. I thought Ricky Hatton had already died, but Ricky Hatton died. Danny, you'd probably know him better than just this was recent.
Well, yeah, I saw in the middle of the week it said R.I.P. Hitman trending on Twitter, and I was like, oh dear, thinking it was Bret Hart, but then found out it was Ricky Hatton. Which, yeah, he had a match lined up soonish, I think.
Really?
I didn't know. It's 48, 47. Yeah. I think it was 48. But yeah, I didn't know until he died and someone said, but yeah, he had a match. I don't know if it's charity or just two similar sort of aged competitors, but yeah, he was active again by all accounts.
I just remember him from the Fight Night days back in the 2000s. But yeah, and he also had a little stint with the WWE too. He's in some like boxer wrestler match. I forget who he was wrestling at the time, but I'm sure he won.
I've missed that. Oh.
Yeah. Don't remember that.
And here's another story. We're going to go rapid fire stories here because I got so many to go through. Let's do this one now. Ava. Have you seen that? All the hate she's been getting because off the Charlie Kirk thing. Of course, that's what it's about. People are going, well, maybe it wasn't about that. It was about that. Somebody had wrote, you know, maybe you should say nice things while you're here. So something to that effect, you know, where kind of not saying he deserved it, but, you know, going like, yeah, he kind of deserved it, you know, and she kind of stood on that. Like, yeah, you got to be kind to people. And then people will, I forget what the terms was. Anyway, she's getting death threats. You know, people are going after her like crazy. Then she doubles down on it.
Yeah.
And people are asking questions that kind of like, wouldn't WWE generally tell one of their talents to take this post down just to, I mean, it is kind of like a conservative type company, I would say mainly. And well, not with her because her dad's The Rock, right?
Yeah, and that's the important part. And if you ever like really think about the history of people in WWE saying stuff, you could be here, okay, and say something and they'll be like, you're done. But if you're here and you know somebody or you're part of the clique, you know, she's untouchable. She could pretty much do whatever, and this is proving it. Nothing is going to happen.
I'll say something nice about her right now, though. I don't want everything to be negative that we say today or every show, but she is getting fitter. She's tightening it up, which is good because she was like all kinds of baby fat and everything, and she looked real dumpy, but now she actually like looks good for TV. I'm not going to get into it anymore. I'll just leave it at that, okay? There's more I could say, but I'm not. Anyway, Sleaze.
I'm not going to get too much into the Charlie Kirk thing, but there has been like everybody now wants to just vilify everybody that's saying something about negative about Charlie Kirk, where I think if you have an opinion, obviously I'm a big free speech guy. If you have an opinion, you can say it. But if you say something that's disgusting, that's different. Like there were people saying, I'm glad he's dead. I'm, you know, disgusting shit. Yes, those people, especially teachers, a lot of teachers have been saying this shit. You should be fired. But if you have an opinion, that's not wishing death upon people or, cackling about it or whatever. I'm not saying it's a pass. I'm not saying it's not, but it's different.
It was accountability culture when it was happening to people on the right, and it was a good thing. And now it's those same rules have been applied to people on the left. It's now boo, cancel culture, boo. You're not meant to do that, are you? Generally, no. But a lot of people put a lot of energy into agreeing with their political and ideological opponents, saying free speech should be free speech. And a lot of people now are just tired and actually amused that the left's own sort of like silly games are now biting them in the bottom because like Disney will even buckle to. Well, it's not even. A lot of people like Jimmy Kimmel say, "I'll get into this, please, don't worry." The Jimmy Kimmel thing, they're trying to make out like it was just what he'd said about the Charlie Kirk incident / murderer, whereas there was a lot of other things such as ratings. Same goes for the author of Red Hood. The comments made about Charlie Kirk weren't the first tasteless comments. So I'm not going to sort of like start petitioning for people to get cancelled for their opinion, but it's just how many times can you sort of like argue for the free speech thing and then just the people who make these silly rules, their own monster comes back to bite them, and it's just like, yeah, you guys are saying that your opponent's words are violence, but your violence isn't violence. Your opponents are just going to fight back eventually because they haven't been for now. And I think there's dickheads on both sides. It just different periods of time. It varies. The ratio shifts about who's got the most
it's
dickheads.
All about control at the end. That's why they're allowing it like this. That's why it's so like it's predictable. This is always so predictable. I knew that this was going to happen. And now what's happening is the Trump administration, like the Pam Bondi came out this week, the Pam Bondi. It's because she's crazy. She comes out and she's talking about hate speech and all this stuff, and now TikTok and I already know. I did my homework months ago when they kept banning me, and I'm like, why are they banning me from everything? I can't do my show here. Why? And I go, oh, it's again, it always boils down to a certain country I can't talk about. So it's not even my own necessarily, but I know my country is definitely working with these other countries to have me lose my rights. So whether it's the people on the left going, wah, I can't say anything. Yeah, sure, I'm with you. Say whatever you want. I really don't care. But you are inciting violence. Know that. And the people on the right, same deal. You can't be crying, oh, wait. When they were getting kicked off all the platforms and things like that. I see what they're doing. They're doing this back and forth. They kicked fucking Trump off Twitter. Yeah.
Right.
That's insane. You kicked a president off. Yeah. So what do you think they're going to do to us, right? And just because he's in office now and he's doing all this stuff to get back at, say, the blue brand, eventually the pendulum's going to swing back and then it's going to be even worse for us. That's how this works. And then all together, then they all have dinner together and have a good laugh about it, like the pro wrestlers that they are at the top of this. I'm not saying everybody below this and all the people fighting amongst themselves, my team and this team. This is all to... That's why Trump's been doing all these dinners with fucking tech guys and going overseas and meeting with Count Dracula in England and stuff this week. It's in all AI meetings because it's AI security. It's Palantir. Let's say it before we can't. That's what everybody that looks into this for a little bit knows that's what it is. That's how J.D. Vance got into his position and everything. And sure, you can just blow this all off as conspiracy theories, but it pretty much paints a really big picture. And what they're doing is they're creating the new world order, brother. Wow, where's my Hogans? Hogan, where are you at? You're not Hogan.
Let me say one more time so you completely understand. This is where we shed our blood, sweat, and tears.
Yep, this is where we shed our blood, sweat, and tears.
Well, the important thing, and people don't understand this, they're like, well, it's freedom of speech, right? And Paladin just said it in the chat. You can say what you want, but it doesn't mean there's no consequences. You can go on the streets and say whatever the fuck you want, but there are certain things that will get you in trouble.
Mm-hmm. So like when we talked about the N-word many months ago, it's like, sure, say it all you want,
You can say it all you
Say
want.
it all
You have
you
that
want
freedom.
online. Say it anytime you want in front of people in person. It might not end too well for you. That's all. And I'm not saying this isn't a threat at all from me or anything like that. It's just like, hey, man, this is how like reality works.
Yeah. You can sit there and say, well, I'm going to fly from, Boston to LA. And you could just go on the plane and say, hey, everybody, I have a device in my pocket. You have the freedom to say that, but they also have the right to tackle you and throw you in prison.
That's right.
Just this, I'm almost 50 years old. I've heard a lot of crap, and everybody's like, well, freedom of speech and freedom. I could say whatever I want. You can go ahead, do it.
You could also go up to a lion's cage at the zoo and possibly unlock it and get inside with it.
Yeah, you can do that.
It could work.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't eat you. Maybe he will.
Maybe you have the freedom. You have the freedom to find out.
And this brings me to another guy. This RVD, bro. RVD, you're right there, right above my finger. That's where you are in my room. I got you in my room right now. Hugen Studios. And you're out here saying, what'd you say? I wrote it down. Says the IWC are bullies, which they are.
Yeah.
And about the Roger comments. And to me, it's still, I wrote underneath that, he just wants clout for his podcast. That's what all this is about. And I think that's the lowest way of getting ahead. And I get it. A lot of people are doing this. But wouldn't you rather somebody that's authentic instead of somebody that is like, I'm asking people to subscribe and to share and to like the video. Please do all that. We need it. But he's doing it in a way that's sneaky. He's trying to get you mad so that you boost his engagement. You comment on his stuff because you're mad. You do this, be all this. I want you to be happy when you're doing it with my stuff. You see?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, we've talked about it before. It's the whole baiting shit. It's I'm going to be, extravagant or say something stupid, and then people go, "Oh, well, I got to check this out." It's a scumbag way of doing it. Really is.
It's like buying views.
Right.
And
it's just as bad.
And it's just not going to work out long term for you anyway. And then all this is based off of the Roger Jackson comments, which he was finally charged and arrested the other day. Like it took like a month. What? Stupid is this? Do you think it was because? I think it was because they were dragging their feet and they were just hoping everybody would forget and it would all die down and go away. But there could be a little bit of, remember all these podcasters coming out and all these people that have nothing to do with our world of pro wrestling and everything. And they're like, well, I think they staged it. And I don't know. Like they were all confused. It wasn't very confusing. A guy got into the ring because he was supposed to, but then he went off script immediately and then started getting in the business for himself. That's what we call it here. You go in the business for yourself. But he went way beyond going in the business for himself. He tried to fucking kill the guy. And then there's some people out here going, well, like RVD, well, he didn't try to kill him. That's not how this works. You're in his mind? Because to me and Danny watched that video all the way through in a podcast a few weeks ago. Go watch that. And he didn't know what the fuck was going on from when he got to the door.
No.
Literally. Didn't know what was going on. How come I'm not getting in? How come nobody knows me? And then he's just acting all pissy, and then you're gonna have a guy choking on his blood and teeth, and we're just supposed to be fine with it and let him go. No.
But he had to finish up in the territory he was working in, that's all, but he's done now. They've got that out of the way and they're moving on to something else. So
yeah. Wow.
Well, I'm wondering, like you said, after a month, what brought this on? Was it like a way long investigation where I don't know why it would take so long? There's a video of it. There's several videos, or if somebody actually pressed charges finally. So it'll be interesting to find out going further. I think
Stu's going to sue him. I think that's the word.
He should, and he has every right to do that. It's fucking assault.
Made over $200,000 from his GoFundMe. I wonder how much his hospital bills are over here, Danny. It could be over $200,000. So,
yeah,
just for that. You
That's
never
crazy.
know. Yep. And HVAC, of course, he gets it. Again, quality chatter out here on the YouTubes. And yeah, if you're just going to be a phony baloney over here, nobody's going to give a shit. And Paladin wants to go off topic. Cope did Cena 5-knuckle shuffle, then an AA at All Out. He did. That's a shout out to John Cena because John Cena shouted out him recently too. I think that's what is going on here.
Well, he's about to get a warning from WWE because they just did that to Bryan Danielson because he was doing the yeses. They sent him a cease and assist. Huh? Oh yeah, they said that's our shit.
Wow.
Which, in all fairness, you know, when Cena had that match against Sami Zayn, he was doing a lot of, you know, other people's moves, and Edge had come out and said, "Hey, that was pretty cool of him." So he's probably just saying, "Hey, thank you." But WWE's not going to like it.
They should start eating now.
Yeet! Yeet!
Edge and Christian just comes out eating, and the whole crowd starts eating. That would piss them off.
Oh God.
Could they even sue for that? Because yeet is like from something off the internet. Did they actually copyright it and get all the?
They copyright everything. So even the yes thing, they actually did send.
How do you copyright yes? Well, I guess tied in with the hand signals, right? But
yeah.
I think it was yes, yes, yes. Or it wasn't just one yes. I think it was multiple yeses.
Right. He could probably get away with just yes and then stop.
The yeet is way more powerful than the yes. I don't care what you old timers say.
Yeet! Yeet! Yeet!
That's right.
I think Jimmy just came out and said, yeah. I think Jimmy just came out and said that the yeet entrance and all that stuff is more powerful than the Undertaker and the Rock's entrance now.
What?
That's what he said.
I don't know about the Undertaker entrance.
I didn't say it.
They do get the whole place to do it. You know?
It's true. It's true. It's pretty powerful. I'd put it up there at this point, but come on. More than the Undertaker? That's the best entrance of all time.
Did we even do this for Ricky Hatton? Let's do it properly.
Rest.
There you go.
In peace.
A couple more hugrums. Mm-hmm. That was for you.
Rest in peace.
Buttery peas, like he used to say. Rest in some buttery peas. Oh, the Yeetmeister. I can't wear the Yeet shirt. It was white, and you don't wear white after Labor Day, folks. All I know. So I busted out the Samoan werewolf. Where has he been? He's disappeared, huh?
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Got he's got no PLE match, nothing.
Huh. It's funny. I'm not even going to bring up like the matches. I guess we can talk about it lightly or whatever, but I know McIntyre's taking on Cody. And doesn't this feel, it just feels like hearing this match, McIntyre should win this and take the belt off him. Cody can go do his movie stuff until Mania or Royal Rumble season. And it would be a shocker, I believe, for everybody. A lot of people seem to be picking up on this out in the social medias, but I think that would be very good for business because we all know he's been my favorite wrestler for the past couple of years, but he's always relegated to the bottom of the main card. Like, so he's like at that point where, remember, Priest was at the bottom of the main card recently and went past him and started losing to him. And then, well, actually he won the last match, but it didn't matter because now he's on SmackDown and he just keeps, going. He's where Aleister Black is in the mid card. So Drew McIntyre pulling him all the way back up to the top. That's what we need because, this Cody Rhodes stuff is, first of all, it's boring. And we just don't need it anymore, right, Cody?
Go fuck yourself.
No? Okay.
Well, it's way overdue for Drew to get the belt. Way, way overdue. And I believe if they did it right, he would have a good run. And it's shocking. That's what should happen, especially with those eyes. Jesus.
Looking great, Drew. All gas, no brakes with him. Something like that. I think that's what he was saying when he took that silly ass picture. Almost as silly as this guy. This guy ain't even involved. This LA night, huh? I don't even think he's involved in the Palooza.
And where are they going with the Jey Uso and LA Knight stuff? Like, is one of them turning heel? Like, what is the end game of this? Because it really doesn't make sense at all. What are they building to?
No clue. There's like 20 hours of wrestling today, and maybe a half hour of it is going to be like meaningful.
Yeah.
Like as far as storylines, which is so stupid. Everything's so stupid, and there's so much of it. We got football all day and all night. Like, who is able to live a life and take all this stuff in? You just can't do it anymore. These corporations got to calm the fuck down. Less shows. Just give us less shows, please. Less is more.
Yeah. You got to let people go outside. You're not allowing the public to go outside and just see a squirrel or something.
Did you see McIntyre's tweet this week about Cody Rhodes too? Before we jump off this, he said The Rock wanted his soul, but he wants his ass.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That's serious.
Sounds very Diddy-like, When I read that, I was like, huh?
You are fucking gay, boy.
He should have just worded it differently. He should have said, "I want that ass."
Yeah.
That's what he should have said.
Or booty cheeks.
Yes.
And I got news for you.
What?
That means you're gay.
Wow. Ice-T even knows. Everybody knows now.
Yep.
That ass.
I need a bun for my hot dog. That's what he should have said.
Something like that.
That's right. You got frosted hair under that hat, boys?
No.
Probably.
No.
Probably. That's what you've been hiding this whole time, I bet.
No, I got a lot of grays. That's what I got. A lot of grays.
H-Back, you didn't know Roger got arrested. Just seen it in your feed. See, breaking news here. I always got the breaking news.
Oh, shit.
What?
Hear it?
This in breaking news.
Roger Jackson picked up for breaking Psycho Stu face, almost killing a man who was playing along. Let him do it because it was a wrestling match. Finally arrested. Finally going to get what's coming to him. $50,000 bail.
Finally.
Mm-hmm.
About time.
Yep. Peaches
Oh,
for
it's a
me.
peach. A peach.
Peaches for you. What's that President of the United States song? Something about
Horrible.
peaches.
Peaches.
Horrible. Yeah.
Just called
Terrible
peaches. Yeah.
Yep. 50K is peanuts. Of course, for the Rampage family, that's nothing.
No, but Rampage has disowned him now. He's come out and said, "Hey, he needs to go to jail."
He's going to pay for stuff though. Still,
yeah, probably.
He might let him sit there for a few days.
Yeah.
Let's
get that Rampage money.
Daddy Rampage. So yeah, we talked Kimmel. We talked Ric Flair planking in a bar again. How about this one? Triple H was on Kill Tony this week. A roast show that's on YouTube. I'm sure many of you comedy fans know all about this. Tony Hinchcliffe, very obnoxious voice, not a soothe, nice voice like Dr. Huge. Shit's voice. His voice is like,
It's the shits.
He's fucking terrible. Most of the comedians he brings on, that fat black guy he brings on, I don't even know his name, with that laugh he does when he knows he's being goofed on. Fuck that guy too. He stinks. But Triple H was on there, and guess, even as bad as those guys stink and everything, Triple H stink the most.
It's the shits.
You were terrible, Triple H. I watched it just for you because I don't even really watch Kill Tony. He didn't say a word. His hand is just holding the mic sometimes when he's going to grab the mic, and it's just like this, shaking. He's so scared. He was so scared of these comedy geniuses. And I'm like, well, what are you doing, Triple H? Say something. Do something. The whole time he didn't say shit.
Yeah, why even be on?
Was he on with Carrot Top?
Yes.
Yeah. I heard that he was on something with Carrot Top. Yeah.
Yeah. What a group. Triple H, who doesn't say anything, and Carrot Top, who's got, he just does this.
Guys,
yeah.
Look what I got.
Unfunny.
Like,
and he's all weird looking, like plastic surgery and jacked up out of his fucking mind now. It's creepy.
Oh yeah, he's shredded. Yeah, it's really strange. Yeah, it looks like two toys, and someone's put like the head of one toy on the body of a different toy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was on the piano, and the vibe I got was like Triple H is not saying anything, shaking, going for the mic and pulling back, and he's thinking to himself, I could ruin my business. We're killing it right now. We're on fire. I don't want to say anything and then get canceled, and then we'll lose all our money.
Then why go on? You know what the show is. Why go on? That's like saying, oh, I want to protect everything, and then coming on here. You know, it's why even go on?
I can tell he is a fan of comedy, the DX stuff, and everything that he's been, how he used to goof around with the boys and the suckets and all this, and he likes that stuff. He watched this show. He watches us. Yeah. So he gets it. But the thing is, I think it was such a big spot. I think he's thinking very corporate right now. He wants to be a normal dude and a normal bro with all us cool guys out here, but he really can't do that anymore because he needs that sweet, sweet money.
Yeah. Yeah. So why go on it? You know, you can be a fan of something, but if you're in his position and you know what the show is and what it expects, and people are going to say outlandish shit, why go on it? Because you're going to perform like that, and people are going to say the things we're saying. So it's stupid.
And I don't know. I don't think all the 1 minute comics suck, HVAC. Not all of them. I'm just, you know, they're riffing. They're doing their thing, and I'm not like hating on that. It's a decent show, a good idea, whatever. It's a way to do like live podcasting in a way. I don't think the band's really all that necessary, but then again, you know, you could always just have a DJ or something. Yeah, it's fine. My biggest beef was that you're gonna go on to a roast show like Ric Flair did too. Ric Flair was on Kill Tony like last year, and of course probably got drunk, seemed it, got all upset that everybody was goofing on one another, and then they started goofing on him, and he was just like, I'm out of here. He left in the middle of the show. He just like, oh, Rick, come on. And it's just like, who cares? Get out of here.
Don't even like that. Go ahead, Danny.
Did he get drunk? Did he get drunk? Oh, did he get drunk, or did he just turn up drunk? That's very different.
Oh, LA Knight.
Probably both. Oh, jeez.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the right button. There he is.
There it is.
Yep. He's probably a fan of improv stuff. Probably improv is hack.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Some of it's good. Not new stuff, but older shit. I
was dating this one girl. She said she was in an improv troupe, and I dumped her right on the spot. And this ain't happening. I'm not fucking dealing with this.
No. That means she's a liar.
What other news do we got here? We got Orton was mad at Drew McIntyre. Everybody tried to make it into a thing. He got slammed into the ropes, and then Orton was like, what the fuck? You know, like, I guess it hurt. And then he rolled out of the ring in the middle of the match. Drew McIntyre had to go out and get him. Started punching him. He was no-selling the punches walking back to the ring. He's just like, yep, whatever. It's just like, be more professional, Orton. All right. Yeah.
He's like, 25 years, I've never got my legs slammed into
against the ropes.
It was so great. That was the best part of SmackDown for me. That was great. But Jesus, yeah.
Here's some big news. Stuttering John's been back for a while now, folks. Everybody knows Stuttering John, right?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah. I'm not massively familiar, but I'm aware of, yeah.
All right, just to give you a quick, because I'm getting into this Dabbleverse a little bit. I'm not going to get too deep into it. I'm going to get sucked into it. I'm still just a viewer of what's going on here. But just to keep everybody up to date, your stuff that you like Mersh, don't you, Danny?
Yeah.
And Mersh is getting involved with MLC, which is Kevin Brennan. He was on last night, which is what I found through Stuttering John in his show. Right. And it's just this whole Dabbleverse that they call it of podcasts and characters, mostly hacks and unfunny comedians and stuff like that. KB is actually funny. He's a pro, been around. I've seen him all my life on Comedy Central and everything else. Never like this huge big name. Everybody knows his brother more than him, but I always knew Kevin more than his brother for some reason. Even I knew Neil worked on the Chappelle Show, which is classic. Got the DVDs, of course, but it's like other than that, he hasn't made me laugh. I don't remember him as like a main actor or anything on those parts. I know we wrote for it, but again, it's like, all right, writing and being funny are two kind of separate things as well. So it's just the John stuff. Everybody's suing each other. He's got the creepy vampire hands. And I'm going to be speaking with some people in the Dabbleverse pretty soon. Maybe we'll get a little segment on here or do a separate show during the week or something. But many fun times to be had with puppets and people that wear masks and, all this stuff.
Stuttering John looks very pasty, like Nosferatu type. I'm the undead. He's so creepy looking now. Mm-hmm. Holy hell.
He's like short, but then he's got long arms, huge hands, and like he's built like an orangutan.
Yeah, like an albino gorilla. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. He's always spitting and drooling and wiping snot and drinking on air, which is, that's fine if you want to. That's fun. But then he the way he drinks and you see his whole throat and it moves up and down. It's creepy. And
no,
everything he does is creepy. So
he had it all for many years, and Jesus.
This is the thing. This is why this is so interesting to me. And I get people. I'll try to get people into the Dabbleverse, and they're like I don't want to hear about it. They're like, this is stupid, whatever. And it is. But Stuttering John, he really he has to be a narcissist, right? He has to be.
Because big time.
I've never seen a person act like this, that he really believes he's like super, super talented. And the only reason he got on the Howard Stern show as an intern, managed to make that into something because Howard was like a radio genius at the time. And basically anybody he brought on the air with him was great because he made them good. And then they would write jokes for him, send him off to go talk to celebrities and things. And next thing you know, John's like, oh, I'm a celebrity too. I'm with celebrities all the time. Howard Stern's a celebrity and that's my boss and blah, blah, blah. And then like Howard actually would have him over a few times, almost like they were pals. But it's like, how could you even befriend a man like this? I get being cool with him and being like, oh, this is Stuttering John. But we all know that guy. It's like that guy when you go to like a job for the first time, you don't know who he is, like people are. And there's like one person there that everybody knows is kind of a scumbag and a user and this and that for everything.
There's always one. And
they'll latch on to like the new person because they're like, oh, this person doesn't know how I am, and nobody else will deal with me. So he's like one of those, and he's like a total star fucker. He gravitates to the most famous or has the most status in the room. Like he just goes and clings to that person. So that's his real, like superpower is just being completely delusional, think he's on par with everybody else. Like he thinks of himself as on par with Howard Stern. Like he made the show pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was a lot of conflict even during the show. Is like Howard used to have to like basically take a newspaper and smack him on his nose all the time and say, knock it off.
Mm-hmm. No yawning on the show, Danny.
Sorry, man. I've been up for a very long time.
I know you got babies and stuff. It's crazy. That's crazy. Babies and being up all night. Man.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're doing it though, H-back. Howard is like KB. He brings the good out of you, equals new character, equals content. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You know what? I have that skill too, HVAC. You heard it here first. Nobody else is going to tell you that. I'll have to tell you that myself because, that's what this is about. That's why I need more guests on here. I need wacky people. I need people, showing their stuff, if you will.
We'll make you fucking famous.
Yeah. Like The Undertaker used to back in the day when you throw people off the top of cages and shit. Make your ass famous. But yeah, that's exactly. And then, but this is what happens, HVAC. You've seen it now. Like with MLC, people come on with KB, and now within a couple episodes, they're superstars. They're the best. Right, HVAC? That's how it works. And then they go off and they start like, no, I'm going to go do my own stuff. Yeah, how's that working out for you? Maybe you should just keep doing the show you're doing.
Right. Make the show you're doing better. How about that?
Because that's where you're getting all the clout from in the first place. Like that chick, Ashley Cummings, Whitney Cummings' sister. She got into the Dabbleverse, and she's doing everybody's shows, except the show that pays her. How does that make any sense? You got one show with the biggest show, the most eyes on it, pays you, but no, not paying me enough, not paying me fast enough, and whatever the case is. So I'm going to go do other shows for free and make $5. All right, that makes sense.
It's the me shit that we were talking about earlier. It's, people are delusional. They think they're bigger and funnier and more intelligent than everybody else on the planet. You're just like everybody else. Mostly.
Main character syndrome. If it's not full-blown narcissism or something like proper personality disorder, it's just main character syndrome. There's a lot of it. Since the Truman Show, people have called it Truman Show syndrome. But yeah, it's just, like I said, delusions of grandeur, just getting too big for your boots, thinking you're better than you are. But yeah, just assuming once you walk into a room that everyone's got their eyes on you. And even if you're under someone like Stern, who's not massively popular with everybody nowadays, but once upon a time, like you say, he's fucking huge. So you get in a room with him and you identify him as he's the sort of like the biggest star in there. And some people do just let that shit go to the head. With old school TV and radio, that would still happen, but you wouldn't see it documented on like a day-to-day basis like you do on the internet. And then people just get impatient online because they've seen somebody else get famous overnight, and they end up helping someone do a show, and then it's just boom, I'm the best, and it happens a lot quicker. But we've got film of like all of it in like its stages, whereas like I say, TV and radio, there'd be a lot of behind the scenes stuff that outsiders like ourselves would miss. So it's interesting that you get to see. It's almost like proper reality TV in a way.
Yeah. That's the Dabbleverse. It's a mixture of reality TV and pro wrestling, and a hint of comedy. Because again, like KB's a legit comedian. Stuttering John is legitimately funny, but he's not meaning to be. He acts like himself, and he thinks he's hilarious because people are laughing. But it's like, no, you're drooling, and you got stains on your shirt, and
you're pasty, and
you don't prepare. There's dead air all the time. Like all this stuff is just people love to hate the guy. And I don't even hate Stuttering John. That's the other thing. A lot of these people in the Dabbleverse, they really don't like him. He's obnoxious, but that's the best part about it, is how obnoxious he is.
You're laughing at him, not with him. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yes. Right. I'm laughing with KB. I'm laughing at Stuttering John. But those are the two. Those are really the only shows I watch. Everybody else is kind of just, they're out there, trying to be a part of those shows or being attached to those shows. That's how I see it.
Oh, Danny made a good point.
John just hears laughter. Sorry, that was just John hears laughter. He doesn't realize it can be good laughter or bad laughter. He just hears laughter and thinks, "Cool, I'm done. I'm winning." Socially, it's gone.
Yeah. Well, you made a good point, Danny, because a lot of these people that have these shows or TikToks and all this stuff, they think that people are laughing because they're creative or they think they're comedians. No, we're laughing at you, and you got to figure that out.
But hey, if you imagine me doing a show, getting $2 super chats over and over, telling me that how I'm the shits and everything that's wrong with me and all this stuff, I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like some people will just, I'm not going to do that. For what? You make like $30, $50 or whatever every day and the whole chat hates you? You might have a handful of people that are like, oh, you know, being nice to you. It's like, aren't you going to realize at some point that maybe it's you? Maybe you are just being not a great person.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know if I got $1 for every time I got a shitty look from somebody, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take that. There's plenty of times I'll be like, are you going to clean your dog shit up? Or, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be riding that bicycle on the footpath. I get loads of shitty looks. I'll get $1 every time someone looks at me like a twat.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. KB was talking about that the other day. Some lady saying something to him when he was at a red light on his bike, because he bike rides, of course. And some lady goes like, you know, the light's green or whatever, and he goes like, go fuck yourself. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So anyway, we'll be talking all kinds of Dabbleverse. I'll have to maybe I'll do it like an introductory type thing where we just kind of go over the characters and how they fit together. I'm gonna make something up. It's gonna be elaborate. It's gonna be nice. It'll be a good time. So everybody should check it out, even if you don't know what it is. We'll get you involved. We'll make the Dabbleverse even bigger and better when we get the HUGENverse involved. Yep.
Right.
I was getting super chats before super chats, but back in the Periscope days. These guys are, after COVID, they all think that they know what they're doing. No. Yeah. We really know. We've been around the block, boys.
Right. We started this shit.
Yep.
Don't forget that, people.
I'll never forget. I used to tell everybody all the time around 2016 when we first started doing this. I'm like, everybody needs to be doing this.
Yeah.
Like I would tell my buddy that has all these guitars and stuff. I'm like, all you do is talk. Like why don't you do a show where you talk about guitars and show all your guitar stuff? And it's just like, nah, I can't do that.
Yeah, I remember we have the mutual friend, and I remember having many conversations with him, like, come on the show. Like, and like a lot of people that I've asked in our personal lives, they're like, well, I know nothing about wrestling. And it's like, it's more than that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we have a friend in Chicago, you know, I keep saying, come on the show. It's a good way for us to, you know, hang out, shoot the shit, have a good time. Well, you guys in your wrestling. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's more than that.
Listen,
you know,
I make electronic music, and I have a friend that goes to festivals all over the fucking country that actually has brands and sells things for electronic music. And I'm like, I do electronic music, you know, like we could do like work with each other, but it's like everybody ignores what I do. So I don't get it. New video, by the way, dropped last night. 2 videos this week, killing it.
But then you get the people that get it. Like we had D-Rex on, and we had a good, you know, talk with him and all that stuff. And ever since then, he's been sharing our stuff. He shares my stuff, your stuff, the show stuff. And it's great. You know, it's spreading the word and all that shit. And it's so hard. It's like, you know, 1 out of 100 that you're going to get that actually get it, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I was shocked. I sent a message just to one person the other day. New Jersey Ranger. I know HVAC knows him. He's a famous Dabbleverse chatter, too. He's got a new show out. They're doing big things. So we're going to work together. He actually replied. I was like, whoa, this is a grown man. Holy crap.
Wow. An adult.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So anyway, what else we got? Oh, Trips is also, this Triple H, he's going to do a TED Talk in Indianapolis about, you know, how to fleece an audience.
Okay. That should be
What
good.
else could it be? It's going to be business TKO shit, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. They're so corporate now. It sucks.
The guy that used to stand on the ropes and point numerous times to his crotch
do
is
this
now. Yeah.
Sure,
the boobies. Yep. They had the hot dog segment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Didn't he have sex with somebody dead in a coffin?
That's right.
Yeah, you forget about that.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
He screwed her brains out.
Mm-hmm.
He drugged Stephanie to marry. To get married.
No, they pretended,
you know?
but they implied that they did originally, but that came out that they were just pretending because it was her all along, wasn't it, Daddy? And then they screwed Vince.
Right. Sure.
My goodness. So this again, I'm not watching. Even if I could get it for free at this point, I'd be like, I'm not watching this because I just watched the pay-per-view a couple weeks ago, and everybody's gonna be talking about all this other shit, AEW, blah blah blah, and then they'll forget about it by Monday.
Yeah, it's gonna be the talk of Saturday, maybe Sunday morning.
Something big has to happen. One, I think Drew McIntyre wins and actually is the main title holder of the business. And then you got Chris Jericho possibly showing up.
His contract's not up until I think the end of the year.
Because that would be great for John Cena. Just inserting him right in the Brock Lesnar stuff and everything. That'd be perfect.
It's too bad, and we say a lot of funny things and all that stuff, but it's too bad that Tony Khan can't get his head out of his ass and let Edge be a part of this retirement tour. Like, I think that's one of the only disappointing things after this is all said and done that I'm gonna say, God, they should have had Edge, because he was a big part of Cena's career. They had a big rivalry, one of the top ones, so it sucks.
They're totally at war. So he would never ever do that, even though I think it would give them a lot of goodwill possibly. Yeah. And I don't know. I think the WWE just wants him gone.
Yeah.
Has The Miz got involved with the John Cena farewell tour?
No, and that's another one too. They need to do that. That was a good rivalry too. Like, I don't know why that's not a thing.
They might be saving that.
Everybody's been talking AJ Styles too, but I don't see anything coming with that either.
No. There was a lot of misses. There's going to be a lot of, in the end, I think there's going to be a lot of hits, but there's going to be a lot of misses.
If I'm Tony Khan, I'm obviously doing the ticket thing, like he's saying, making it cheaper. I am. He obviously knows he's at war. They're calling him Snowman. They even call him Snowman, and everybody knows it now in the media. And you got to whittle your product down, bro. Every time I turn AEW on, at least a few times, and I watch wrestling, I go, "Who's this guy?
Yeah,
who's that guy?"
Yeah,
you got to stick to your main characters. Pump them up, put that money behind them. Get rid of all these jabron Malones. It's all nice that everybody's playing wrestler these days, Let them go to NWA, let them go to MLW, let them go to a real smaller promotion. If you're a big promotion, get these fucking nobodies out of here. It's just not going to work like that.
But if they go out on their own and they don't have Uncle Tony looking after them, they'll get gobbled up by the wrestling machine. So Tony's got to fly in there and just brave the snowstorm and save them. Like only he can. Only Tony can save them and make sure they're employed. That's how he sees it. He's fucked in the head. He's never going to change. He's never going to change. He's never going to fix this.
Greater idea, Tony Khan. Listen up. You know how WWE has their whole podcast stable? You need that as well. Hire the Dr. Huge Show to analyze your stuff. Let us do whatever we want. You're obviously talking about cream pies and jizz and yam bags and stuff. So we can do that. And we'll be fair and balanced. We won't just kiss your ass, and we're not just going to hate either. We're going to do a little mixture of the two. And then you'll have a better podcast than all the podcasts on WWE, and we beat them like that right in the audio version.
Yeah. We'll make fun of the fans. We'll make fun of Jon Moxley to his face. I'd love a sit down and just tell him how horrible he is.
Mm-hmm.
And, it'd be good for business. Mm-hmm. The problem with Tony Khan, real quick, problem with Tony Khan is that he's a billionaire. You know what I mean? So it's like, even though he's losing money, he's losing audience, people are just critiquing the shit out of his product. He doesn't care. He still has $1 billion. If he was a guy that started a business and was put in the trenches like he is right now, I think he'd put more effort into it. But he's a Nepo baby. He's a billionaire. He's so full of himself that it's unfortunately not going to change.
It's like a Nepo baby apocalypse lately, it feels like.
Yeah.
You know,
Gross.
like the Ava stuff and the con business. And I'm not even really, I'm rooting for AEW. They just have to act more like pro wrestling.
Yeah.
They're acting more like this. They're acting more like indie wrestling. It's as if that, whatever that promotion, PWG, that everybody loved out in California, it's as if that turned into AEW. Like that's a larger scale PWG, which it shouldn't be. It should be just a more, they got to strip it down, I guess is what I'm saying. I like larger than life stuff again, but they're acting, too many characters acting like clowns. Let's get some men, let's get some realness to it, where we're really asking, is this real? Do they really not like each other? That type of shit. Why they're all throwing it away, it seems. Both AEW and definitely WWE is like, we don't even care. Yep, kayfabe's dead. We all know it, so we're just gonna play wrestler.
But then AEW do that as well, but just on Twitter, not with like various reality TV shows. So yeah, they are as bad as each other. They're just doing it in different ways. But at least WWE are making something. I'm trying to see the bright side of it, but yeah, they're just selling out to sell out the kayfabe, and yeah.
Oh, the biggest thing with WWE is they have superstars. They've built superstars. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, all that stuff. And people will say, well, CM Punk was in AEW and whatever. WWE built CM Punk. That's one of the biggest things with me when I sit there and I watch a Dynamite, is that nobody there sticks out. You can't put John Moxley on a poster, and even if you had millions of dollars in advertising, you haven't built him up that he's a superstar, like a household name. Where WWE can get away with some of the shitty segments they have by just saying, well, it's John Cena. You know what I mean? Because everybody knows John Cena. And if you say like Brock Lesnar's coming back, that's a superstar. AEW has never been able to build that. They can take stuff from the indies that have like buzz around them, or people from WWE, and they can put them out, but then they don't know how to just build their entire business around it. It's just wrestling.
Because that's not what his plan is. It's just a spoiled kid just smashing his wrestling figures together for like however long per week, and then he puts them back in his bag, and then the next time he goes and sits next to his bag of wrestling figures, he goes, oh, I've not used this one for a little while. What was I doing last time? Oh, never mind. Smash, 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 smash. And he does that for 2 hours, and then he'll do a press conference and be like, hey, did you see me smashing my toys together for 2 hours? It was good, wasn't it? Here's one of them now. Come and give him a hug. It's not going to change. I'm sorry, but it's
not.
You're going to have to pry that fucking company out of his cold, dead hands. And that's not me telling anybody to do that. I'm just saying, leave him to it, let him hemorrhage money and just fucking ruin it. But he had a great opportunity to do something brilliant for wrestling and like the majority of wrestling fans. And it's just a fucking pleasure venture, sadly.
He needs to sit back and just hire somebody to run the company. He needs a COO. Somebody that will come in and say, okay, I know the business. I can do this. I can do that. I can build stars. He is obviously not that person. He never will be.
Imagine if it funded Billy Corgan / NWA.
Right.
And just went, right, here's a load of money. You guys know what you're doing. Have at it. It would have been so good. But nope.
It's full of himself.
Then WWE is going the opposite way. That we might get like a Italy PLE soon, and they're just gonna keep expanding, which is fine. I think it's fine that they have their pay-per-views and things overseas and whatnot. It's just now you're doubling up. Now we got 2 nights of this, 2 nights of that. We're getting 2 pay-per-views a month. We're getting 3 in some cases with NXT, and then. One of the best things of the week we didn't even talk about in the past 2 hours, NXT Homecoming.
Yeah, that was great.
Really good show. I mean, we could talk about it, but then again, it's just like there's so much to go over. It all becomes just nothing because nobody even cares. That was Tuesday, bro. That's so long ago.
God, it was so long. Jesus.
So,
but yeah, that was probably show of the week, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
From start to finish, it was great. They did good with that.
It made all the sense in the world, but it's just, again, it's just like, wow, there's so many wrestlers. You forget about some guy like DIY's coming out. It's like, oh, that's right, DIY's still around, and even Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss got their thing going on. But it's funny, like they're usually two people that are always in the main event scene, and now they're like, no, you need to take a break because we're now pushing these ones over here. It's just like, you guys got too much. You got too many people.
Yeah. It's too many people employed. It really is. I understand they have 3 different like shows, like the main shows, but if you look at their roster, it's like you go on WWE's page and there's hundreds of fucking people that could just be let go, to be honest.
Yep. 20 something writers, wasn't it? Like 27 or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
To write this? Come on.
To write things that we literally predict everything that happens.
Yeah. You could hire 3 people right here that could do a better job.
Honestly, you could just get AI to do it at this point because it's that formulaic and predictable. You should be like, right, AI, just randomize events from this era of wrestling with these current characters, and there you go. It would, because they're 27 people, whatever. They're not doing anything special. So, and it's like Hollywood aren't doing anything special. So just let's let AI have it for a bit, and then eventually people start to crave that human touch again. But it's got to max itself out, I think, and just get really, really bad.
You get Carl Anderson saying he believes that Unreal show, which I've never watched, and will never watch that show, that's 100% scripted.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. There's a lot of... I've watched several episodes. No, I actually finished it. And there are certain segments you're like, yeah, that's totally scripted.
I would say edited to be put into the show. You know what I mean?
I believe that, but I also believe that they say, okay, so here's the deal with like CM Punk. Okay, they push them in the right direction to say a certain thing. That's how a lot of reality TV is nowadays. Is that, yeah, it's not reality TV.
I have a whole thing I could talk about. The King's Court. I don't even have my King's Court picture. I should probably just save it for next time. I actually finished the season. It's a dating show. They showed it on WWE TV promoting it at the beginning, and then they just stopped because they're like, this show probably stinks. And it kind of did stink, right? I fast forward through the boring parts. I know where to find the drama, and I'll break it down for you real quick. So this is how it ended up. You got the 3 black dudes, bald black guys, and Tyson, the supermodel from the 90s or whatever. He ends up leaving with nobody. He told both the girls he brought to the end, yeah, it ain't gonna work. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. So they hate his guts. Then Carlos Boozer basically picked the hottest chick there, I would say, or one of them, the first night, stuck with her the whole time, and then picked her, and now he's like planning on marrying her. He's jumping into it. And then you got Titus O'Neil, the guy I'm watching for. And he had 2 chicks he brought to the end too. One younger, like fitness model looking chick, and an older, they're probably the same age, but one looked younger and older. And the like a pediatrician lady who I don't trust at all. She's one of these insanely phony people, but not only that, like an insanely phony black woman that's very proper. And I know for a fact a lot of these women like this, they're insane, and you haven't seen the person yet, because that is a whole a show that they're putting on. He even mentioned it a few times coming into this, and she gets all upset about it. And it's like, yeah, wait until you find the real one. He picked her over the fitness model chick. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, like, all right, Titus, let's see how this works out for you. So, yep, that's the end of my TED Talk as well.
It was a good one.
Again, boys.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Everybody needs to get out there and like the video. We need likes. We need the shares. We need the subscribes on the channel. We've been getting them. We've been killing it. Go here, hit the links if you want to find social medias and all this stuff that has to do with the show. And then let's hear where the guys are at, and you can follow them wherever they're doing their things. Tell us where you're at, Sleaze. Or Danny.
Oh, me? Or me?
Danny or the Sleaze?
Or Danny? Or me?
No, go for it.
All platforms at the SLZ 52. If you want to interact, or I don't know, if you want to come on the show, get at me, bro.
That's right. Pro wrestlers. We're looking for pro wrestlers, especially even if you're an indie wrestler or whatever, you're doing your thing locally. If you got the gift of gab or you got something to promote, some T-shirts and things, hit us up.
Yes.
Yep, you can find me on dannydamage.co.uk. I'm on Twitter at bluntdamage. Yep, thanks for having me. I'm very sorry if I've been quiet tonight. I banged my head in the office yesterday.
What?
I think it was. Yeah, and I've had a headache for like 24 hours. It's all right, Portland, but I think I'm starting to feel a bit better now. So I appreciate that.
He keeps repeating. I think we got to find the doctor.
We're even good for injuries and sickness. Because Danny's feeling better. He felt like shit when he first got on, and now he's feeling better. So,
distracted is the word, I think.
I love it. Just like when people call into the TSN show that's in the Dabbleverse, and they're like, "You guys just cured my cancer."
Right.
You guys are the best show ever.
It's amazing.
We can do that. Yep. Keep watching. I've heard things.
He's a doctor. I mean, come on.
All right. Anyway, we said it all again. Paladin's body is complete. Yeah.
See?
His body's always ready for something. He's
right.
I don't know what you're doing during these shows. I have an idea.
He's preparing for his OnlyFans.
No, that's an OnlyFans shoot. That's
98% lubed.
Well, he's setting up all his lights and the big old school photography lights and things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. We did it again. Don't forget, subscribe to this. Hit that like button right now, and we will talk to you guys later, bro. Have a good rest of your day. Have fun watching all that wrestling. Bye.